another segment of the Dr. Marj Show. I'd like to say before we get started, welcome to our newest members on the continent, being Uganda, Capo Verde, which is also known as Cape Verde, and Namibia. Welcome to the segments of What's Up Nationwide as we expand our viewership and the information that we're bringing to you. But today in Kansas City, we have an exciting guest with us, and he comes to us from the Black Repertory of Kansas City, none other than Damron Russel Armstrong.
Hello,
Welcome.
Dr. Marj. Thank you very much
Thank
for having me.
Thank you for being here this morning.
Not a problem.
So let's talk about Kansas City. You know, we get a lot of information, and we have a lot of historical facts that date back for Kansas City as it relates to not only the arts, music, and entertainment, because we have the fabulous 12th Street area and the 18th Street and Vine area. But now we're looking at the re-emergence of dance in the greater Kansas City area, and also along with that, theater.
Yes.
Theater that's powerful, that even though we enjoy traveling to Broadway,
Yes.
we can have our Broadway right here in Kansas City.
And we certainly have the talent here, and certainly the audience base that is hungry for stories told by us about us.
Absolutely. And so I'm excited about that, and just I'm overjoyed. I had an opportunity to go last year when you did the version of Dreamgirls.
Yes.
And I was just really, really appreciative that we're bringing that form of the arts back to Kansas City so that we can not only view it and enjoy it as adults, but that our young people can get exposed right here at home to the great performances of those who are willing to work to make sure that we bring state-of-art programming here to Kansas City. So tell me a little bit about how you got started and why it's important to share this wealth of knowledge and to get our community engaged, and another opportunity to support Black businesses in Kansas City.
Well, Dr. Marj, it is imperative that we start telling our own stories.
Yes.
For so long, and it has been put in the hands of others to disseminate who we are, where we came from, and all of that. And what we've gotten is a skewed view of who we are and where we come from, and what our hopes and what our dreams are, because they're not being told by us. And slowly, you have seen the African American history in this country go the way of lost languages.
Yes.
And because of that, you're not seeing history being told in either in the home or in schools through their history lessons. So many times I go and I engage students and ask them if they know who invented the light bulb.
Yes.
And of course, 100% of them will chime in, Thomas Edison. And so
that's what we were taught.
Of course.
That's what we're in the books. But let's talk about the truth.
Yeah, but where we fail in our education of that is the name Lewis Latimer.
Right.
Most students don't know Lewis Latimer,
right.
the man who invented the filament to make the light bulb last longer than a day.
Yes.
And it's important for me, through the Black Repertory Theater of Kansas City, to build bridges of understanding. What Thomas Edison was able to do, what Lewis Latimer was able to do, what they were able to do together.
Right.
How, when we come together and understand our differences, how much further forward we can move. When we separate, it goes nowhere.
Right.
And so that was the importance of bringing the Black Repertory Theater to Kansas City. So that we can educate both sides of the coin, African American youth, so that they know whose shoulders they stand on, and non-African Americans, because worth is often connected with contribution.
Yes. Absolutely.
If you don't know my contribution, then I have no worth in your life.
That's true.
And so with that, it elevates not only the disenfranchised urban core, and it elevates the entire city, because everybody gets to enjoy this art form that they've been deprived of. And as you said, Kansas City is so rich in the arts that that's what the non-African Americans should feel, that they are being deprived of these stories, that they, like you said, have to get on a plane and go to New York or Chicago or Baltimore.
And then when we get something, we run to it because it's like, oh, every once in the 6 months, You know,
Right.
there's going to be something that is attributed to us,
Yes.
or a story that we need to be told. So it's just a wonderful feeling knowing that we will have our own Black repertory. Not that saying that only African American people will attend and be a part of it, but that it will be something that we can uphold once again and reestablishing culture in the greater Kansas City area, and being able to look at those young people who may have a passion for theater,
Mhm.
being able to attend some of the sessions, and maybe you can talk a little bit about what your vision is for bringing that into the fold, because we
Well-
have young people who start here and they leave here because there's nothing for
A
them.
number of my friends
Yes.
are those people that you're talking
Right.
about. From the very beginning, our inaugural season was last year, and we opened with the concert version of Dreamgirls.
Absolutely, and it was wonderful. Let me tell you that. It
And
was wonderful.
every show that I've done since then has engaged someone from the community who has not had a theatrical background, has not performed on any of the professional stages or even community stages in Kansas City.
Right.
I did that because it's important for me that, as you're saying, we nurture the artists that we have in Kansas City. So if they do go away, they want to come back. They're proud to wear the label of I'm a Kansas Citian,
Right.
and this is what I'm doing on Broadway. But yes, I come back to engage students and my Kansas City roots.
Okay.
So many of my friends, Brianna Parham, who is now on her 5th Broadway show, is a Kansas City gal.
Right.
The show that she's doing now is Prince of Broadway, which is a history of the producer, Hal Prince, all of the shows that he's produced on Broadway.
Wow.
Angela Wildflower Pope, are two, I forget what her name is, but those two certainly have worked a lot nationally and internationally. And those are the type of folks that we want to bring back, but we want to be able to nurture that kind of talent in Kansas City. So
Right.
both of those ladies went out of town in order to pursue their
passions.
careers
Yes.
and to be able to work constantly.
Right.
In Kansas City, what we saw in years past was the month of February, you have a lot of Black shows
Black
being
History
produced
Month,
by
yes.
all of the theaters in
Right.
town. And I often reminded them that I'm Black 365 days a year.
Absolutely.
So can
7
there be
days a
something?
week.
So can there be
Yes.
something, a buffet that I can eat from
Right.
year round? And so that's what the Black Repertory's mission is, to give a home, to shine a spotlight on African American arts from the American Theatre Canon, as well as secondary goal is to engage students, because our educational component,
Right.
RISE, Rep in School Empowerment Program, is what took off even before we did that production of Dreamgirls.
Okay.
We were in Hickman Mills Consolidated School District number 1,
Right.
educating students through
Yes.
playwriting
Yes.
to engage them and introduce them to their own voices.
Right. Right.
To ask them, what are they feeling? What are they thinking? And this all happened right as the current administration was changing.
Yes.
And so it was very interesting to hear 9th graders on up talk about the fate of the world,
Right.
and their hopes, their dreams. And we had them pen these things where at the end of the semester, they had an outline for either prose, poetry, rap, or full-length play.
Right.
That by the end of the year, we were able to produce those, a handful of them, at the 2017 Fringe Festival. So we were able to engage them from concept to production.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So an upcoming activity that you have is the performance of A Soldier's Story.
I love that, because everybody
Is it
who
A
knows
Soldier's
the show,
Story?
everybody who knows the show knows A Soldier's Story.
Right.
And everybody who knows it, some of us older folks know that it was Adolfo Caesar was one of the stars of that. Harold Rollins was a star of that. And then a little young upstart, I don't know whatever happened to his career. You might know him by the name of Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
Was
The part
not
of
a
it.
star in that
Yes.
at all, but
Yes.
a featured character
Right.
nonetheless. That is what we're opening with. The play that that movie was adapted from is called A Soldier's Play.
Right.
They made it a soldier's story for the movie.
I wanted to make sure I got it right. I was like, okay, so I know there is a transition here. It goes from being a play to being a story,
Right.
but the concept is still the same.
Yeah, it's still the same
Yes,
storyline.
absolutely. Okay.
And we open that September 14th. That runs at the Arts Asylum at 1000 East 9th Street. We invite everybody to come on down. Get your tickets right now.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Soldiers are sponsoring the opening night. Hallmark Cards has the second night at www.brtkc.org. You can pick those tickets up. You can also get them at the door. That's www.brtkc.org.
Okay, and so if people want to sponsor, because I know that there have been a lot of activities around sponsorship, should they also contact that same website, or can you give them contact information in
Sure.
case they want to reach out?
Yes. Info@brtkc. That's info at brtkc.org. You can leave us a message there, or you can call us directly at 816-663-9966 and leave a message for me, Damron Russel Armstrong.
Well, thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank
And you
you.
know what? We need to talk after this segment about a possible cameo, walk-on, no script type of something that maybe I can do. You know, maybe walk across and give someone a glass of water or something, you know, and we'll see what that works. It may be the start of a new career for me. You know, people don't retire. They say they get refired.
There you go.
I'm refired, and maybe the next stage of my life will be
On stage.
Maybe it will be a Queen's Tale or a Queen's Story, you know, something like that. But anyway,
Get your tickets for that.
Get your tickets for that, and you know, if I'm in it, it's going to be a show.
It's
right?
on point.
It's on. Okay, so with that, I'd like to close the show with saying, you know, people always talk about the importance of change, and we know that change is inevitable. But if we want to see change, we have to be the change we want to see.
Funding for this program is made possible by the following sponsors and partners: